Hello guys, and today we're going to play The Last Neanderthal made by Philadelphia, and let's start. It is a single player scenario, and let's begin with the hints and the other. Okay, so let's go for history section. The Neanderthals lived in smaller groups than Homo sapiens, and research by anthropologist Robin Dunbar. Famous for the Dunbar number, a figure representing the maximum number of relationships an individual can meaningfully sustain, corroborates that Neanderthals were not capable of sustaining a large social groups or as many social connections as modern humans. Their ability to produce speech and language is hotly debated, but probably did not reach the level of sophistication of Homo sapiens, especially given that their smaller and more cohesive groups, similar to those of the modern apes, did not require sophisticated language. Smaller frontal lobes affected their ability to mentalize or to form interrelated beliefs about what is going on in the minds of others. The Neanderthals would not be capable of following a plot like that of Shakespeare's Othello, where the audience must believe that Iago intends that Othello imagines that Desdemona is in love with Cassio and therefore persuades Othello that Cassio reciprocates Desdemona's love. In keeping with limitations in ability to mentalize and smaller groupings, Neanderthals probably lacked cheater detection. Lying is less profitable in smaller social groups, where a liar cheater is more easily discovered and where being ostracized would be a death sentence, especially in the challenging environment the Neanderthals lived in. As a result, they were probably honest social literalists who assumed honesty in others and could not expect ulterior motives or deception. The Neanderthals were also not as innovative as their Homo sapiens counterparts, whereas the Homo sapiens toolkit changed dramatically over time. The Neanderthals continued to produce the same tools in the same manner for thousands of generations. It is speculated that they were great apprentice learners, capable of mimicking what they were taught, but not dynamic and open-minded innovators, which requires abstract symbolic thinking to identify problems and possible new solutions, as well as the hypothetical results and second-order effects of these solutions. Perhaps just the Neanderthals would have had difficulty tracking the plot of Othello. They would have been confused by symbolic thinking, though maybe not unlike how most humans become confused with the abstractions of algebra. To us, Neanderthals might even appear neophobic and dogmatic. With their ability to detect deception and be innovative might cause the Neanderthals to appear to be lacking in all symbolic or abstract thinking. They did bury their dead along with flowers and grave goods, indicating a spiritual component to their understanding of the world. It is conceivable that ideas of an afterlife might have been spurred by the dreams in which dead loved ones would appear and interact with the dreamer. Given some of their psychological limitations in understanding abstraction, it is possible that the Neanderthals did not have a clear mental demarcation between the literal waking world and the dream world, although this is purely my own speculation. Continued in hints. Okay, so this is something about Neanderthals, but let's go to the scenario. He trudged across the frozen landscape, his feet sinking into the wet blanket of white across the earth, barely distinguishable on the horizon from whitish gray sky. The repetitive crunch, crunch, crunch of snow with each other footfall provided a rhythm for his thoughts, splashed in vivid color on the naked canvas of the blanket vastness before him. He saw the furrowed brows of his infant son Ek, born only a few months ago, but how many moons or even why it should be matter, he could not know. He saw Ek's mother Ko, who went into the long sleep after the birth of Ek. She sleeps in a cave warmed by dirt and rocks and flowers. He sees Ko during his short sleeps. Ko lives in dreams now. There, the splashes of vivid thoughts were interrupted by deer standing motionless in the snow. An instinct honed by years of practice consumed Yi as he leapt and dove his spear into the surprised creature. He and Ech and the family will live another day. Europe, 30,000 BC. Run. Okay, so we ran away. Okay, so let's say our game. Okay, so let's continue. We have escaped the wolf pack. This is not a typical scenario, and this is a little bit different. So let's see. Cool. Okay, let's read hints. Continued from history. As for their Homo sapiens counterparts, it is possible to know what the Neanderthals thought of their cousins. Stephen J. Gould, G.B.S. Haldane, Desmond Morris, and others have theorized on the role of neoteny, the retention of juvenile traits into adulthood, has had in the evolution of Homo sapiens. Longer childhoods and juvenile traits in adulthood postpone sexual proclivity but confer advantages in learning ability, as juvenile mammals are more receptive learners, and smaller cranial sizes during childbirth, making childbirth less dangerous to the mother. Unlike their cousins, according to research in teeth development by Fernando V. Ramirez Rossi, Neanderthals had shorter and much faster childhoods, reaching adulthood age by age of 15. A shorter juvenile development period, more akin to the apes, may have been limited their acquisition of learned knowledge and necessitated larger craniums along with the attendant risks in childbirth. Neanderthal mothers were more likely to have complications birthing their large-headed offspring. The features of Homo sapiens, including less pronounced brow ridges, smaller noses, flatter faces, and generally softer, neotenous features, might have made modern human appear childlike to the Neanderthals. Assumptions made for this scenario regarding Neanderthal physique, psyche, and thoughts provided in the scout section in the game. So this is like biology or something like that. Assumptions made in this scenario. Neanderthals communicate primarily through song-like vocalizations and gesture bordering on dance. This is in keeping with the latest theories, Stephen Myton and others. Neanderthal mental processes is instinctual and inspirational, not reasoned. The larger eye sockets and enhanced brain space used for vision makes Neanderthals highly visually oriented. Because of the nature of their song, dance language, they are also very attuned to musicality in ways that Homo sapiens are not. As a result, they think not in ideas and reason deduction, but through flashes of images with mental processes spurred by rhythmic and musical sounds. Okay, sorry for this boring part. And let's say again. Okay.
Air
and born of different mothers and with different fathers, but still as brothers. He sang excitedly, varying his pitch and smacking his thighs in welcome. Their hunt was not very successful either. The family will need food. The three will work together to find prey. They will go this way across the Forsaken Creek. He saw hairline cracks in the ice of the half-frozen creek. The hunters could cross, but would need to be careful across the weakened ice. Okay, so let's save another time in case someone drowns. Alright, so one by one. Okay, so let's send the and let's save another time.